hello everyone. How's it going? This is Codes of the Paranormal. This is our first live feed. I'm not sure if anyone is actually watching because I don't know how to get into it.
We should soon find out. Let me see if I can try.
Yeah.
I'm going to try.
Oh, it's there now.
Oh, it's there now. Well, yours is a lot quicker than mine.
Try. Yeah. No, we're on it. No.
Oh, it's there now. Yours is a lot quicker than mine. Try.
Yeah. No. Where's my camera?
Oh.
There you go.
Turn the volume off.
Yeah.
The volume, because I'm getting repeats. Echoes.
Yeah, no, I was just showing you. I'm turning my volume down anyway.
Yeah, I've turned my volume off. Yeah, I've got it on my end. I'm not moving. Oh, I am.
Right.
No. We got 2 viewers. Nobody in the chat.
Yeah,
fantastic.
One's the missus.
Brilliant.
One's the missus. Oh, great. We've got no viewers then.
No, we've got. Who's the other one? Oh, the other one's me.
Oh, 3 viewers.
No, mine's delay. Hey, so this is our first one. Obviously, it's not going to be Hollywood movie style.
No, this is mainly just for a test.
It's more just to introduce ourselves to everyone and tell you how we know each other and what we're all about. Who wants to start?
You can, Andy. You may as well.
Right. So I met Alan first. Well, started speaking to him about a year ago? Through BBR, planning to go to Cannock Chase. And as we was going to go, the virus kicked in and lockdown started, so it never happened. So I've been chatting through that, and then we exchanged numbers. And then about, how long ago, Ryan? About 4 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got in touch because I was saying about I was saying about setting up the YouTube channel and doing the podcast, and we needed someone who knew what they was doing with audio editing and video. So Ryan is a producer, Alan is a naturist, not naturalist, what I called him earlier.
Well, I'm a bit of both, but
I'm the one that just threw everything together. So we started off with doing the Facebook page, and then I wanted to do a YouTube channel once the Facebook page kicked off. And then with them two going on, I've got Instagram running in the background. We've got a website set up, but that's laid dormant at the minute until we get some more content and I know proper what we're going to be doing with it. That's just going to stay where it is for the time being. The main 2, or 3 I should say, is a Facebook group, which the videos are going to be going straight onto YouTube, and then the link's going to go onto Facebook from there. Then there's going to be content put on Instagram, and then we're recording our first podcast this Saturday, and that should be on by Tuesday. Do you reckon, Ryan?
Yeah.
How long do you reckon for editing? About a day? Yeah. So that's it. That's where I am. But also we're actually going out doing investigations of our own. Me and Ellen have done one together. I've done one. Yeah. Because Ellen's like nearly 2 hours away from me. Did one down here with a guy called Dave in Newport Pagnell, where I used to live. The videos of that, I did the recording different, and they're on Facebook. I can't get them off Facebook onto YouTube. The one me and Alan did, they're on YouTube. But obviously, because we're in like total shutdown at the minute, we're a bit iffy on where we can go and what we can do. So there will be another one. There's a few places near Ryan's, a lot of military bases and that we want to go and have a look around. And that's pretty much where we're at. With these live feeds, these are going to be more, I think, pre and post investigations more than anything else. So we're going to be telling you where we're going, what we're going to be doing, roughly when we're going to be going there, talking about it. And then
if we're able
we've
to get
done it,
anywhere.
well, eventually, but when we've done it, we're then going to be coming back on, telling you what happened. Whether we say anything or not is a different story.
Yeah.
So we're just going to tell you what goes on while we're there. If you see something, it's a bonus. If we don't, we don't. It's an evening or an afternoon out, however you want to look at it.
That's right, yeah. At least it's a day out or a night out.
Yeah. Ryan, if you want to do the chat, you're going to have to log in on YouTube separately.
Yeah.
YouTube. Right,
so I've got YouTube on the phone at the side of me. And then this live stream is directly in front of me.
Yeah, I'm on both.
So we've just got another person joining the group. Right. So that's basically where we're at. So who wants to go next?
I'm Alan. I'm the what some people have called the crazy one out of the group, because I don't care. I just rush in head first. I've known Andy for I was going to say this year, but we're in 2021 now, aren't we? God. Actually, I can't even remember how. It was to do with something, wasn't it?
No, you'd put a link on about going to Cannock Chase for a meet, and you was going to camp overnight. Yeah, you and Paul. And I said about going down, and then you was going.
Yeah.
Excuse me, and I was at a wedding all day, all night.
That's right. Yeah.
Couldn't get out of it.
That's the one. Yeah, and
so
then I was telling you about
I was at the wedding.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that was it. But just to add to what I was saying before, we all know each other through BBR.
Yeah,
we're all members of
all
that.
BBR members.
Started. This is So this kind of like we're trying to get it to run alongside it. So we're going to share the content that we've got on air onto the BBR group as well, because we're all, I suppose, investigators and members on there. That's it really. So we'll appreciate everything that they're doing for us and all the promoting that they've done and putting our name forward to get us out there and let everyone know what we're doing.
Sooner the better.
But I think we're going to be doing it. We was chatting today, weren't we? We're going to be doing it slightly different live chat than how Deb and Deb are doing it. What did we agree we was going to do?
For what?
Was it Ryan? Was it you? Was it? Was it you, Ryan, that was talking to about that, or was it Alan? I have no idea. It's been a long day.
You just knew this was going to be a laugh fest anyway. Come on.
Yeah.
It's the first live stream I've ever done, even though I've got my own channel as well, doing what I with my work. But like, it's all new to me, so I'm just here to not make the numbers. And such.
But you know what? I've never done anything like this before. First time I've ever done, or had the testiculars to get up and actually do it.
Testiculars.
That's what it is. I only found BBR about 6 weeks ago. I literally podcast on one of the American dogmen, just out of the blue, listening to it, and then it was actually on the UK with Deborah, and they had all the links on his description to get to Deborah's, and that's why I was like, oh, what? There's someone in the UK, and so I was like, clicked on the link, and I watched the first episode I ever watched. One with Alan, it was just him, Alan and Debs, and then I was when I subscribed, and then I was, and it's just gone from there, really.
Yeah.
So it's giving me that confidence. Like you said, there's probably many like yourself, but I
think March
this
year
gives me that confidence to speak about my encounters that I've had.
That's all it is, isn't it? It's being around the same like-minded people, talking about these things without any ridicule or anything like that.
So many encounters, like different things. I mean,
Yeah.
You two know the majority of them was at one house, but other bits have happened in different places. But you can't just go up to someone and say, "Oh, this happened to me." You just get laughed at, and
yeah,
I don't know, kicked in the head or something. I don't know.
I mean, I think this March.
It's a ridicule of it all.
Yeah, I think it's March. I'd have been in the BBR 2 years.
Now, see, 12 months behind you. Oh no, last October, so just over a year, I think.
Yeah, so it'd be nearly a year and a half for you then. Nearly.
Yeah. So, but it was with me giving my stories, encounters to Deb at BBR. I felt so stupid saying them at first.
As you do, though, you do.
As I was saying it just didn't make any sense. But by the time I'd done either the third or fourth one, it like started coming out more natural. It didn't feel as much of an idiot, shall we say. Yeah. So it's just one of them. And then like I said, it's just confidence.
Our control.
It's building up and making a group of like-minded people. It's not even like-minded people. It's people that have gone through a similar kind of thing. And it's like we don't know what any of these things are. We can only tell you what we've seen and what we've heard. I couldn't say 100%. I seen this or I seen that. But where was it from? Don't know. We just seen it. Where did it go? Don't know.
Yeah.
I can tell you what I've seen. I can write it down. Draw a picture, but I couldn't 100% say it was.
Yeah,
blah,
this
blah,
or
blah.
that. Yeah, that's right. A lot of people have said that, though, haven't they? It's
but it's just how it is.
Yeah, I mean,
just say,
what?
Why are we going down in size order?
Do you mean? I've noticed that. Yeah, was it this way? Hold up, no, it's that way.
Yeah.
Hang on, is that better?
Right. I didn't want to get too close to the camera. That was all.
With me, I must admit I had a huge advantage because although my main area is the chase, as a lot of people know, I already knew. I already knew a lot about the chase before I even set foot inside there. I knew about the black-eyed children. I knew about the murders in there. I knew about Dogman. I knew about Wildman. I knew about the big cats. I knew basically everything, what was going on in there before I even went. So
well, the only thing I'd heard about that, sorry, I don't mean to butt in. The only thing I'd heard was the black-eyed children, the werewolves near the German cemetery, and the pig man from the early to mid 70s. That was around near one of the lookout towers.
See, I'd never heard of that pig man until you said.
Well, I'd heard it on a couple of podcasts. Then I heard it on BBR, but then for some reason it just kept popping up when I was on the internet looking at stuff. It kept popping up. I know it has a microphone running in the background, so whenever you talk about something, like think of buying something, it pops up on Amazon, things like that. But then it'd start popping up in just, I'd be looking like how to do something, going on YouTube, and it's like, Pigman of Cannock
It sounds funny, but you know, it does sound strange because when me and Paul was doing our first night investigation up there, I rang you, didn't I, Andy?
Yes.
And that's when you first mentioned to me about the pig man.
Yeah, it was pretty much, if you're not here from me by certain time, phone the police because there'll be a few bodies in.
Oh, yes, safety at the end of the day, isn't it? Just to make sure.
Well, yeah. And then, like, where his car was.
You just don't know. I mean, me and Paul could have fell down a, I don't know, a well or something like that. That's in there.
You don't know if there's any nutters hanging about there.
Oh, it was,
other than you
yeah.
guys.
Well, there was me there for a start, so yeah. So yeah, it's right though. It's you got to have safety. Make sure people know where you are, just in case.
Well, it's like when I came to yours, Becky said take a picture of your car and send it to me so I can see where it is. And name the street and that, didn't I, Beck? She's up behind me. Trying to get her to come on, but she won't.
I can hear it.
What is? It's a safety thing.
It is, yeah. It's just better to be safe than sorry, exactly. Definitely. Because it's
not that.
Like,
if I'd have happened to me driving back home after we'd done the walk up the rail track.
Yeah. It's you've always got to, especially in situations like that, because you just don't know what can happen. Anything could happen, really. So
yeah. It's like we didn't say anything. We seen some does as we first got on the track. There was about 3 of them on the right hand side.
Yeah.
And then we didn't see any other wildlife other than that. I think was a flying stick insect. See more wildlife driving home and a fox ran out in front of me. I was on the phone.
You tend to, though. It's weird, that is, isn't it? A nice little remote railway track like that.
I was going through some housing estate at the bottom end of Coventry, because like avoiding the motorway.
Yeah.
It was like little towers everywhere, and a fox just straight out in front of me.
Mad.
It's like mad.
Crazy, though, isn't it? Just it's weird because you'd think you'd see the wildlife in places where there wouldn't be any people walking or driving their cars, like what we were doing, going up the railway.
So I've just got a message, but I can't find it.
Was it an old disused well?
Oh no,
it was, weren't it?
Yeah, it's one that used to go to the power station, wasn't it? That is like pretty much at the bottom of Elland Road.
Yeah. Bottom of what?
Well, the reason we went there is there's been a big cat sighting.
There's been quite a few big cat sightings.
Where Alan used to work. I'll let you tell the story because I'll get it wrong.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago, 2018. I was just finishing a night shift and I had a temp working with us at the time. And he was only a young lad, 18, 19. And his dad was picking him up in the morning. So his dad was waiting at the gate because if you're on the night shift, the gate won't go up and down unless you've got your swipe card. So if you're waiting for somebody like, your son, daughter, or whoever to come out, you have to wait for them to actually come out onto the main road. And where the gate is, you've got the railway like 30 feet away, and you can clearly see it. And anyway, we finished on that night, finished in the morning, shall I say. When we came back in on the night time at 10 o'clock, he happened to say like his dad was outside of the car having a cigarette, and he says he swears he saw a big hat just crossing the railway right behind him, or behind the car, so to speak, which was only like 30 feet away. And that was the last one I know of, and that was 2 years ago.
Well, you was chatting to that taxi driver, weren't you?
Yeah, that was a few years ago.
He doesn't seem to remember anything, does he?
Well, he does. He says, but all the story's been told in the paper. And he said it was that long ago. It was, what was it, 2013 or something like that? Or 2011? It was quite a while ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there was, people, I asked my next door neighbour's son. He says he seen a big cat, which is Buildwas, which is the other side, the opposite way to we went. Yeah, down the railway. And he says,
you carry on. I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
I'm still here. I'm just got to go and get a drink.
What, you pouring it over your head? And he said he was driving along the road and he saw a big cat.
It's not too bad.
But a lot of people won't report these things because, it's they'll just think, oh, I've seen a big cat, and don't bother reporting them, because they'll think that, probably thinking, well, what's the point?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
the railway, there's a railway line up near where I live. It's actually used for the Virgin Media test track.
yeah,
There's been I spoke to my neighbour when I first moved in the house where I'm living now, and they were telling me about they saw big cats. And I think that, like you say, big cats like that, they use that sort of the railway as sort of a walkway. Especially the ones like the
I hear it all the
line.
time.
Yeah, I know a fishing. Well, he owns his own fishing lakes. He's got several lakes. There's an old railway line that runs literally all along his fishing lakes. He saw loads of big cats lines.
Is how often is the railway still in use? I take it.
That particular one at the fishing lakes ain't in use. No, it's sort of a bit overgrown, but you can still literally probably walk away along it. You know, stick your backpack on to exploring. I'm sure you'll be able to get along it. That you know, like, they've always had that question, sort of, are they out there? For me, if they are out there, they keep away from us.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You're okay there, Andy?
I think they're really intelligent.
Becky was just walking past, I was just smiling at her.
I think they're really intelligent as well.
Hey?
So what would you say the strangest things anyone's seen?
My mate just said it in the comments. A pair of socks in an old mine. The strangest thing I've ever seen.
Pair of socks in the old, yeah.
I'm not making that up. You couldn't write it. That's what led me on.
Stupid question. Hey, this is going to sound like I'm trying to be funny, but I'm not. Were they clean?
Were they clean? Oh my god!
Well, that's what freaked me out. That's what freaked me out. But they were
more
clean.
freaky than dirty ones.
Like the fact that
there you go.
Literally to the fact that
they were there in the first place.
Well, that's why we turned around.
Mad. Was there anything else
like,
there? What else was
there? I don't want to say too much now, but for a future episode. But yeah, it was that point where that's what really changed it, and the experience all before we even got there that's what all got me all ticking on this sort of subject in the first place, really.
Right. Next question. What sort of socks were there? Sports? Kids?
They were literally like a white pair of sports socks.
Oh, I thought you was going to get weird then.
You can't get more weird than finding a pair of socks with a mine.
The other two were sort of pissing around when we turning the lights on, shouting, you know, like trying to sort of as if they left me. But then I come across these socks. I was like, this is weird. This is. Like,
did you pick them up?
I didn't pick them up. I kept them there.
No,
but
if you see a pair, you never know, though, do you?
No.
He's got them on now.
He's got them on now.
His lucky socks. Sorry.
There's a lot of history with this sort of.
I wouldn't.
It's abandoned.
I wouldn't pick them up. I wouldn't even touch them.
We got in there, but we did, basically. My mum's generation, back in their day, they could go all the way through it, and there were more entrances to get in there, blah blah blah. But we closed it all up. So that's obviously like it's all gridded off now. But it took us a long time to get back in there, basically. But it was at a nature reserve. Where, but it was the experience.
How big's the area?
It's quite.
Is it quite large?
Big. Yeah, it's quite big. But they've turned it all into like where you can just go for sort of they've blanked the entrances off to where you can actually go and walk and see the animals and all the badgers at night, that kind of thing. So the actual entrances that are still visible, they're all gridded off, which is why it took us a while to get in. But I went down there literally in November just for a walk, just to get a bit of fresh air, and I was looking inside the mine and one of the entrances, and I saw these older couples sort of come behind me, and I sort of had a bit of a discussion with them, and they said the same thing as what my mum said, was when they were younger they could go through all these, and it went on for miles. But apparently the reason why the mine stopped was because they found an underground river.
Yeah.
But when I was inside these tunnels, they could go on forever. We didn't even scratch the surface. And we were in there 5 hours.
Could you see, like, apart from the socks, could you see any other type of evidence, like maybe something or someone was living there or visiting?
That's what was the odd thing about it, was like on the top. Because no one could get in prior to us, it's all been shut off. Yeah. I mean, whether there's another entrance somewhere, which probably explore, but that's what done it. It's like, well, if they've been there, like, sort of say a couple of years, surely particularly it was quite moist. So I'd thought they would have grown, sort of either gone grey or had a bit of mould on them or some kind of. They were actually fresh. As I literally took them off my feet and put them there, straight up.
Yeah, well, we was talking about this a couple of weeks ago, wasn't we, Ryan?
Yeah,
saying, I get the impression that there must be another secret entrance. There must be.
There probably is.
That's hidden somewhere. So we'll have to see if we can find that.
I've got a feeling it's all been filled in by now. That's the only thing
I reckon. Who was I talking to before?
I don't know.
About these entrances. Where these military bases are, that's where a lot of the sightings seem to happen. Now, I think years back, the government found these entrances to the cave systems and tunnels and built the base over the top. As soon as you got a military base, no one's going in or out unless they've got whatever access they need to get in and out. You're not getting in there if you're not in the military.
Yeah, without the key,
They know what's coming in and out, and all the others have been filled in or diverted or whatever, or there's like a cover over it, so it just looks like natural landscape. That's just my opinion, but it's feasible.
How far away is the nearest military? Say that again, Ryan.
Go on.
It went off, wasn't it?
What in my mind was that obviously military find these sort of places. If they can sort of build on top of these old sort of mines, well, they've got less work to build underground facilities in the first place, haven't they? So they could use what's already there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Deborah's just put these tunnels all over the world, all over the UK, man-made and natural.
Well, Telford is built on them.
Nottingham.
It's an old mining town.
Yeah.
Manchester and Salford. My mum's garden used to sink in the middle where it was all subsided.
Did it? Bloody hell!
Because of all the mines. Yeah, you could see it every few years. It'd drop another couple of inches.
Start sinking like bloody hell. That's crazy.
Yeah, they don't live there now.
I bet they don't.
But I was going to say, they're everywhere. It's just finding the access points to them.
So what's the one thing?
A lot of these big cities.
Sorry, go on. Go on.
No, it's I was just going to say, a lot of these big cities got all underground cities underneath them. Manchester's got one. You can get to it just near where the GMEX is. You can actually go on tours around it. Apparently, it can hold up to 10,000 people and storage for like 10 years worth supply of food for 10,000 people, something like that.
Yeah.
You can drive double-decker buses down it and everything. It was built in case there was ever a nuclear war or whatever.
Well, they do actually say the majority of the old towns like London, Manchester, Birmingham, Liverpool, you know, ones that have been around for quite a while, they're basically what you see today is built on top of what used to be.
Yeah. Well, have you seen the ones in Edinburgh?
Everything's underneath what's modern today.
Yeah, they've built a new town on top of it because it's easy to build on top.
Yeah.
But have you seen the ones
Rome
in Edinburgh?
and Greece used to do the same, though, didn't they?
Right under.
Yeah, Greece and Rome did the same. Greece and Rome, isn't that the same thing? No, Rome's Italy, isn't it?
No,
that's right.
One's in Italy and one's in.
That's right. It's all right. I got it right in the first place. I had to check.
One's a city, one's a country.
Shut up.
All right.
All right.
I couldn't tell you how many miles away it is.
I'm just going to go now. Bye.
No, but there's loads. I've heard, well, specifically within my areas, I've heard there's loads of tunnels that are there.
Yeah. I'll tell you what would be interesting. If you could get an actual map where it had every single tunnel dug under the UK at some point.
Yeah, but how many of these maps are going to exist? And how
many? What's below? So you can classify the motorways below. That's probably what
these tunnels.
Do you know what I mean?
Tunnels are bloody everywhere. Yeah. So, out of you two guys, what would be the one cryptid or creature, whatever you want to call it, that you would like to encounter personally?
Contact.
Yeah, contact with. Whether if it's just seen right in front of you, so you've got, you can clearly see what it is, or photographic or interaction, anything like that. What is your numero uno?
You going first, Andy?
Would you say, Ryan?
See, he said me to go first. Mine would be like the fairies, gnomes, pixies, all that kind of stuff. The little people.
Yeah. Need to go to
Can
Ireland
you
for that.
No,
Well, they say Ireland's the most magical place on the planet, don't they?
Yeah, the Giant's Causeway is where they're all supposed to be.
Yeah.
I've driven past there, but I couldn't stop and do anything because I was working. We'd gone 2 days over in Ireland. It was pretty much driving around all Northern Ireland, where we used to work, but we didn't have time to stop to do anything. We had to make sure we were back in Down to get the ferry back to Liverpool at 8 o'clock that night. Otherwise, they'd have gone. But you know about the gnomes, the different coloured hats and that? Like the red hats are the worst ones.
Yeah, because a lot of people get confused between gnomes and what is it? Pixie? The pixie, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, because the red in the hat, apparently, it starts to fade and they need to feed to keep it red. So obviously, they need to feed off blood. Yeah. I'm not going right into it, but we'll do a podcast on
that. Never knew that.
A lot of stuff.
No, even me out. I don't know that.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's ones, apparently.
Right.
Apparently.
And you, Ryan, what's your favourite? What would you like to
say? Favourite one? For me, it would be what I actually saw at the time. What was giving me, what changed sort of my life forever. It was, I'd say the wild man, because that's what I thought it was. But for me, it's just about finding the like-minded people to go out there and try and get the evidence.
Yeah,
And that's how I feel like with since I've found BBR, and you know, with what Debs has been doing, you know, giving me that extra bit of confidence. But for me, it would be if I can get sort of anything really. It's not a preference. My intention is not to sort of go out hunting these sort of things. I've got the mind of sort of, I just want to, if I can, talk to them.
Yeah.
And you know, like learn from them. If they sense that sort of energy from me as well as I'm not a threat, then maybe things can move forward. But how I look at it as is like with they probably look at it as humans as if like majority of us we are a destructive race.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh, definitely are, and they know it.
So for me, it's like
Alan doesn't like people.
There's not a if I was out there, yeah, exactly. Yeah, if I was out there in the woods and they come across Bigfoot or say Dogman or you know any other cryptid out there, it's about getting the evidence and then we could just all share it.
It is really, isn't it? It's well, to be honest, for me, it's all about knowing for myself first of all and foremost. It's mainly for me. I think I've mentioned it before in Deb's videos. I do this for me. The fact that I'm in the BBR is a bonus.
It's your own proof.
Exactly, yeah. And if I can get evidence in the process, that's an added bonus. But I truly want to have close contact. I want to interact with these beings, you know, wild man, dog man, whatever. I want to actually interact with them because I'd like to learn.
But this is a question. How do you know they can be trusted? How do you know?
Well, it's the same as us. They'd probably think exactly the same about me. How can I trust him? It's right, though, isn't it? It's exactly the same.
Yeah.
I suppose in those sort of situations that if
I think
somehow
people have sent off that energies.
Yeah,
it is. It's all to do with energy. You everyone gives off either good, bad, or even neutral. Like we were talking about earlier, everything's made up of energy. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's a stone, a chair, a man-made object, a person, an animal. Everything's energy. Different
everything in
types
the
of
universe.
Energy. And that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ryan. Sorry, one sec. Do you off for a minute then, Ryan? If you press your mic or your camera button, it should be at the bottom of your screen. Can you see it?
Yeah,
1 minute.
Bar.
So you got mic, cam, guest, more.
What, green screen?
You just press the camera button. Huh? Say again, mate.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that, mate.
Are you using your phone, Ryan?
Have you got a camera?
I don't know how to do that. I'll tell you what. I'm on the Mac PC. What I'll do is I'll just leave it behind you to see my chair afterwards. Is that all right?
Have you got a puppet? Have you got a puppet to put in the chair so we don't have to look at the chair?
I like cardigan.
Oh yes, Nan's cardigan.
Lovely knitted Aaron sweater.
Yeah, funny. Yeah, but I seriously want contact with these things, and it's the way to do it is just building up trust. If you can find a group, that's why I keep going back to the chase. Well, stop laughing a minute, will you? For God's sake, you start me off. If I can get, what you laughing? Drink some more. If I can start a rapport. If I can start a rapport with the...
Sorry, I just read in the comments.
Which bit?
Kaz, it's a ghost.
What's a ghost?
The white thing in the chair.
It's a ghost. Oh, yeah, funny.
He's blaming you. You probably realised already.
You should get Kaz on here, actually. Get Kaz and Deb on here if they want to.
Like we agreed, we're going to do this at least like once a fortnight.
Yeah.
Thursday would be better, huh? Just to, like...
The ghost moved.
He's back. I was saying to Ryan before, Thursday nights would be better than a Wednesday. I'm just a lot busier on a Wednesday.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit... Ryan, have you got any headphones? Have you got any headphones you can use? Because sometimes your speech is missing. Some of your speech is missing, so we don't get the full... I'm just using my headphones off my phone, plugged into my laptop. They work fine.
Where do they plug into the computer?
Yeah, mine does.
Yeah, you should have a headphones.
I ain't
straight
actually,
into the jack.
I'm looking.
Plus, you'll be able to hear better as well.
I'll get some sorted. Hang on. Can you just give me 1 minute?
Yeah, we're not going anywhere.
So 2 minutes. Oh no.
Well, I might. Andy's going to stay on his own. Oh look! The ghost is back.
Yeah. With the off the shoulder look.
Off the shoulder.
Sorry.
Oh, this is not good. What did I say we would end up doing? Laughing all the way through this. Yeah, we're going to have to stop doing this. It's not very good.
It should get better. It should get better.
I can't even see what's said in the chat now. I've got tears in my eyes. Oh, look, it's moving.
All right, please.
Look, it is.
I tell you what.
Did you find them right?
I'm in the wrong port. Oh, I've got that port. I need the other port. 1 minute.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I'll go and get the other one.
It's all right. We'll talk to your chair.
Oh my God! Sorry. Can't breathe.
Okay, come on, professional.
Right.
Do this like actors do. Looks like I've been crying. Oh God! Stop laughing with it. Oh Jesus!
Alan, when we was doing the video to tell everyone that we're starting the podcast. When we was doing that video, when we was...
Yeah, sorry.
How many takes was that?
Oh God, too many. Too many. We just
7.
Right. I just want to say now to the people that are listening, when me and Andy get together like this, it's like all we seem to do is laugh and cry, and we can't help it. So you will have to excuse us. So we have to try and learn not to try and do this.
Yeah.
Doesn't look very professional, does it?
But it's what we do.
Yeah, that's all we do. Every day.
But, yeah.
Basically. Oh dear, that was funny.
I definitely think, because who is it? 1 second, sorry, I'm just going through the chat. Let me check.
Sounds like we've got a cold now because we've been too busy crying from our laughter.
Oh, Didge do, I don't know the proper name. They live in Wales. No, they live in Wales. Now, my mate, one of my best mates from school, he lives in, is it Monmouth?
Monmouth?
Is it Monmouth?
I don't
Not far from you. Mid to South Wales, I think. He said about us going over there to do an investigation. Now, I go to the Welsh Mountains.
Mid to South? That'll be...
Monmouth.
That'll be encroaching near the Pennines. Is it not the Pennines? The what's it bloody called there? No, I'm talking. No, don't listen to me. What's that place in Wales? The Brecon Beacons, because they're mid to south. in Wales. Brecon Beacon, there's miles of Brecon Beacons down there, miles of it. So the military uses some of it as well, though, don't they?
Yes, but he said there's a lot of stuff that goes, like Joe was saying, there's a lot of stuff that goes on in the mountains around there, and you're not far from the Welsh border anyway. So I just
20 miles.
Brecon Beacons.
Yeah,
So
Brecon
I'd rather
Beacons.
come up to you and then cut over to Wales through Shropshire, rather than, it'd be easier for me to go to Bristol and then over the bridge, but I don't like bridges, so that won't be happening.
I don't like bridges either. Anything I have the same. If I go into Wales, there's a bridge that crosses the River Severn when you go.
Severn, yes.
Right near.
Yeah, M4. M4 to Swansea.
No, I use the A5, the old A5, the old Roman road. I use.
Oh. Well, I've had to use that through work, and I was driving over it once, and I nearly passed out.
Really?
That's how much I don't like them.
Bloody hell.
Yeah. Yeah, so I'd rather do a 200-mile round trip than drive over a bridge that long.
Yeah.
So
I think I've actually been over that bridge. I think I have. It was a long time ago, though, and I didn't like it then either. I just don't like heights. I can face a dog man, a wild man, but I won't go on heights. Forget it.
Yeah. What about you, Ryan? How's your bridge fares and
your bridge
ability?
How are you for heights, Ryan? Oh, we can't hear him. Can't hear you, Ryan. No. Have you got your headphones? If you've got headphones plugged in, give them a twist, or unplug them and plug them back into the. Because this happened to me, didn't it? Before we went live, couldn't hear me. I had to pull them out.
Look, I had to disconnect and reconnect everything for it to all work.
Yeah, I can even see Ryan's symbol. For some reason, Ryan, you're on mute. Your end, it's got a little symbol underneath, next to your name. It's got you on mute. Can you see?
See what it says, mate?
Yeah, for some reason you're on mute. Yeah, I can do lip reading, no problem, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, so what I do Wales.
Well, there's been quite a few.
Scotland.
There's been a few sightings around the Snowdonia mountain range as well, though, hasn't there? Of wild man and dog man.
Yeah, obviously that's north. See, I used to go up there as a kid, holidays and all that.
I used to go there once a month on the bike.
Staying in a caravan, you're not really looking for wild man, are you?
No, you don't, do you?
When you're about 5 years old.
Especially at that age, definitely.
But I definitely want to go to Scotland. There's a lot. There's so much. I can't remember the name of the town or village, but I know it's in the Glencoe area. So it's like right up in the Highlands. I have been up there. Been up there a few times, like when I've been to Aberdeen and Inverness. I can't remember the exact name of this town, but all the people that live there, everyone has a story about stuff that's gone on. There's a certain hotel or a B&B or a guest house or something, and it's like you avoid it like the plague, pretty much. But there are accounts of people that have gone and stayed there, and they've ended up getting up in the middle of the night and driving 20, 30 miles to the next village to stay somewhere.
I think Ryan's trying to say something. Yeah, Ryan can't. For some reason, he stood on mute.
You might need to write it down and hold it up at the screen.
Yeah. Have you got any cue cards, Ryan? You got any cue cards? Can you hear us?
Yeah, nothing, Ryan.
Doesn't know.
Right. Can you see a microphone symbol
he can hear us
there on the screen?
Yeah, you can talk all you like. We ain't hearing you. Yeah. There should be along the
microphone, a camera, and a more button. 3 dots.
Well, I've got
bottom of the screen.
Mic, camera,
I've got a
cam and mic
device,
settings, share screen, and leave studio. I've got 5. I've got
mic, cam, guest, and more. I've only got the guest one because I started it.
Yeah. How many options do you have, Ryan, along the bottom? Just hold up your hand. How many fingers? You should have some. It should be along the bottom underneath. You've got 5 as well.
5.
Yeah, same as me. Have you been trying the mic? Pressing it. Yeah, nothing.
Have you got your headphones still plugged in?
I'll tell you something.
He's back.
Hey, what happened then?
What have you done?
What did you do?
Well, I didn't know.
What happened?
The email.
Oh dear.
He's froze now.
Oh, lovely.
Them gremlins.
So we've got his voice.
Over from BBR. Well, we've got a close-up of his face.
Dear. Well, it's a good job it's not a nasal shot, isn't it, really?
Yeah. But how long did it take me to connect my headphones?
Oh, no.
Only about 10 minutes. How to keep...
It's terrible. It's...
Connecting, disconnecting.
Can you hear us, Ryan?
No. Alan, on the live feed, he's got up and gone.
What?
On the YouTube, his power cable pulled out. He's just messaged me.
Oh, now he's got
He'll be back in a minute. Right, he's gone.
Oh,
but
dear.
I'm right. So, just so you know what I'm doing.
I don't want to know what you're doing.
Alan, I've got the live feed on my phone, so I'm watching it on YouTube as well. There's about 7-8 seconds
I'm doing
delay.
the same. Doing exactly the same.
There's more than that. So I'm watching that so I can see the chat, and then I'm replying. Sorry? Oh, it was about 5 minutes ago. It's about a 5-minute delay.
Yeah, right. I'm doing exactly the same as you. I'm watching both.
Right. Yeah, well, he's back now.
On YouTube, he's still there, frozen.
I know. On YouTube, he's just shown us that he had the wrong connector.
Oh, God.
I don't think it is. I think it's falling apart. The teams.
Did he plug it into the cardigan?
It's not a cardigan, Alan. It's a ghost. It's an off-the-shoulder ghost.
It's off-the-shoulder ghost.
Sorry, I'm keeping that one.
Oh, dear.
What's he put? My power cable pulled out as I moved. Do you need a new... Do you need to send a link? No, we should just be able to come straight back in, shouldn't he? Right, I might vanish for a minute. I'm going to send him another link.
Is he in the studio still?
No.
Where's his original link? Tell him to go to the original link. If he's watching,
I'm going to send him a new one. Right, let me. I might vanish. I'm going to say. Oh no, he's come back on. Let me add him. Yeah, I'm adding him to the stream.
Yay!
There he is, Houdina.
No, I tried
there he is, but one night only.
Pulled the computer too far and it pulled the power cable out.
Oh dear.
Please stop.
Oh God! But whatever.
It's not exactly gone smoothly, has it? Really tonight?
No, but we've had. I think we've had more people in the comments than I thought.
There's 13. There was 14.
Yeah.
One just left.
Yeah.
14 people. Not for a first live feed. Consider, I think. Yeah, right. 3 of them are me, you, and my missus. So that doesn't count. So there's 10 people in the. There's 10 people in the feed.
What do you say?
Oh no, she's not on now. There's 14,
right.
so there's 12. There's 12 on here.
That's it then. Let's go home. Oh, right, we are home.
Hey, I think we've done all right.
Yeah.
But we knew we was going to laugh. This is the best bit.
Oh,
we
yeah,
knew
I
we
know.
was going
It's
to
about
laugh.
having fun,
and we
ain't
knew
it?
it was
It's
going to
not
fall
about-
Yeah,
apart.
you
It
have
fell
to have fun.
apart. It
Can't be
fell
too
apart when I did the
serious.
conference call this afternoon. Twice. Twice
do
it
you-
fell apart.
What do you say about getting somebody else in?
Well, what was that question you
If
guys
somebody
asked
else wants to
before I
come
went
on, they're more than welcome.
So that again, Ryan.
Right. So
There was a question you both asked me before the power cable went off.
I've lost him. Sorry, mate.
I've
Alan
got
asked you.
Alzheimer's. I've got Alzheimer's now. I can't remember that far back.
Andy?
Told
What
you.
was it? Can you remember?
What,
I can't. What
was it to
we
do
on
with what you would what cryptid or what supernatural entity
No, I answered that.
would you like to connect
No,
with?
It was the question after that, and that's when I lost you.
After
Oh,
that,
it wasn't.
there is.
I think I remember. Is it because you had it plugged into your cardigan at the back on the chair?
Yeah. Right.
Was that what you missed?
Yeah, because I was trying to sort the
cryptid would
mic
you-
out.
Guys,
Yeah.
what cryptid would you want to see? He never
Me?
answered it.
Oh,
No,
my.
Ryan needs to answer. Then we go to you
Okay.
because we never asked you.
What would you like to
Excuse me.
see first, Ryan?
What would be your cryptid to have contact?
Wild man,
Wild man.
and dog man. If you could, that's.
In that
You
order.
choose one.
But I tell you what, it would a big cat be in that.
Yeah. They're still classed as a cryptid animal, although they're, zoo.
So
They're in-
other than dog
Well, no,
man,
they're not-
it'd be
technically,
wild
they're
man.
not
It'd be
cryptid.
wild man, then big.
Oh,
cat.
they class them as cryptids. The wild ones they class as cryptids, don't they?
Yeah.
Because they say
They're only
they don't
cryptid
exist
because
in the
they're not-
wild.
It's because it don't exist in the UK in the wild. Same
Yeah,
as wolves.
that's what I mean.
There's
So
wolves
in the UK where we live,
but
well, I
the
think we
government won't
Admit
say
it.
yes, we have them.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because, like on one of Deb's shows, they were saying that as soon I think it was you, Alan, that said it. As soon as they admit that they're there, people are going to stop going them areas because they don't want ripping apart. They don't want.
Yeah, but the big cat is that
Chances
it's the
being-
master of stealth. It's going to keep away from us no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter
So-
what.
Unless it's hungry.
The only time you'll
Still-
probably see the big cat is if you've come across in its territory and a bit too close for
and
its
you've
comfort.
cornered it.
Yeah. And then what's
Or
the cat
it's-
going to do? It's
or-
like my cat. If I corner my cat, she's going for me.
And to be honest with you,
I go to stroke my cat.
it's
and I end
more
up
than
scratching down my
likely.
arm.
It's more than likely to attack a kid than an adult, to be honest, because they know it's easy prey.
It's size proportion as well.
If they can't get it from the natural world,
Yeah.
they'd rather. I don't think they look at
Yeah.
us as sort of a food sort of source.
No.
But if they can't, if they're at the time hungry, and that's the
Well, look.
closest thing, then yeah, I think they will.
But I can't see it because
Well,
there
look
is
at
enough
normal
out there.
domestic cat.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You
Yeah.
can't
There's
buy
certainly
cat.
enough woodlands out there and underground tunnels, old railways for them to even move, hide, without us knowing.
Well, even with you saying about big cats, even normal house domestic cats, our cat, told she's a Bengal cross. During the summer, or like the end of summer, she'd come in with frogs out the garden.
Yeah, mine used to.
Do you know
I
what I
used-
mean? And she's like
They're bringing you a
little-
present.
How big is Nala?
Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah, well,
Are they still alive?
it's only me that'll pick frogs up in this house.
Was yours?
No,
was
one had
yours
3
still alive?
legs.
Ooh.
One had 3 legs. I think it had 4 before it got picked up.
See,
Oh,
I used to take them off.
can't
I used to
guarantee
take.
it.
My cat used to bring home voles and frogs. So I used to take them off her. They were still alive, and I used to feed
Frogs
them to
and
my
worms.
tarantulas.
Oh, worms.
Yeah, but
Frogs and
that's a
earthworms.
cat.
Don't know what that fascination is.
Worms.
A domestic cat
Worm.
bringing you that sort
The
of thing.
amount of
home.
worms I've picked up off the mat, the back door.
You sure that's the
I
cat?
don't know. 100%.
Are you sure?
Yeah. No birds. Nothing. Just frogs and worms and leaves.
You know about the paranormal side
No.
of things, Andy?
Yeah. With
Well, just like, sort of ghosts. I
Yeah.
was never sort of that sort of person to ever say I could see one, but I'd certainly see a presence, or I'd feel it.
in the room where you are.
Yeah, because
Well,
I'd say
obviously not now, but where you was at the time.
My sister was growing up. When I was younger, and used to live with my mum, my parents, and it's just me and my sister. She
said far from where you are now?
Well, I'm in a town now, but I was living in a village with my mum and dad in a family home where my great granddad actually died in that house. My sister always used to wake up. She's a couple of years younger than me, but she always used to wake up, and she used to say to my mum and dad, like, I can see a ghost. But yeah, none of us could see it, but we'd feel something there at certain times.
What age?
Is your sister? Is your sister younger?
Yeah, she's 3 years younger than me.
So how old would she have been then?
Like Alan said,
she would have been about 12 at the time. But she still admits it's, I've spoke to her like beyond,
Even now, she'll still
even
say.
now, yeah.
See, I've never seen anything when I was younger. It wasn't until I got older, like late teens, early 20s, before I started seeing anything. I have seen things which are on the interviews that I've done with Deb, so I don't want to go into that too much because I've already done the recordings.
Yeah.
But the first thing I ever seen was a UFO, but then after that, it was like what people class as ghosts. And with saying ghosts, it's like, it's not I don't believe ghosts exist. I don't think ghost is the right word to use for them. I'd rather use the word entity or beings, because we still don't know what they are. We don't know if it is the spirit of a dead person. We don't know if it's demons, don't know if it's something from a different dimension, something that lives on this dimension that we just can't see because of the frequency that we have with our eyes that doesn't expand as wide as what we'd like it to.
Or something that our brains are conjuring up.
Yeah, because when you see something, automatically your brain will put it into something you recognize. Yeah. It's like a lot of the photos. It's like me and Ellen have discussion about people putting crappy photos on and saying it's this, that, and the other. Your brain will recognize it as something you know. Yeah. It's like I was looking at one yesterday, and people were saying, "Oh my god, amazing photos! Like you can see the eyes glowing." The eyes on this photograph, I won't go into it. I won't say what group it was in. It's none of these.
This is going to make me laugh, isn't it?
One eye, it blatantly, it was a tree base that fell over. The stump was coming up, so it looked like a shoulder. It had a hole in it where the wood knots are. One, you could see it was light coming through. The other one was a little bit of a hole with a big green leaf in front of it. And someone put, the eyes are glowing. No, one's light, one's a green leaf, one's photosynthesis.
And the eyes are wonky.
Adamant that it was a dog man. Zoomed in, zoomed out, you could tell it was a tree stump.
Yeah.
And I don't get it. I don't get how these people are so adamant that they can see this stuff when you can see it would be nice to look at it and go, wow, yeah, it is that. But very rare I'll look at a photo and go, oh my god, that is what they're saying it is. I can't see what these other people are seeing.
I think there's only
ghosts hard to prove.
Yeah.
Sorry?
I think the ghosts are quite hard to sort of prove that, like a proper.
I've seen I just add this up quickly.
I say ghost, but the entity.
I've got my abacus.
Spirit.
Yeah,
Just say spirit.
Yeah, spirits. I've seen 1, 2, 3. 3 that I know were there. Yeah, one was a full body apparition. One was someone running past very quickly, and the other one was like a transparent figure that walked directly in front of me, and I absolutely lost it. I was screaming like a baby.
That's not like you, Andy.
I didn't know what to do. No, but I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what. You know when you just everything around you stopped and this thing was happening.
How old was you then?
I didn't know what else to do.
How old was you then?
6 years ago.
6 years ago.
6 years ago, so I'll be about 15.
Add another 60 years on top.
40, 41. Yeah. And I've heard more than what I've seen. I've heard things.
I see what you mean. Yeah. Because you've said to me a few times.
But I've only ever seen. So the first thing I ever seen, I had a lot of friends in Bolton. So when I was about 15, 16, we used to go to this big place called Leverhulme Park. It had like a running track and five-a-side football and that on it.
Yeah.
So we'd go and stand. There's a bridge. There's a little river running underneath, and we'd go and stand on the bridge. It was middle of winter, snowing and all that. And there's me, my cousin, and there's another lad there. Like I said, like 15. So we stood and waiting. You know when you meet up with all your mates?
Yeah.
And so we stood on the bridge. On the other side of the bridge, it's all brambles. Where we were stood, there's a little ledge. So your feet are on it, but your toes are hanging over the edge. So I'd say 6 inches wide. Then it was like concrete slab going down, metal structures, the water. On the other side, you couldn't get on. You wouldn't be able to stand underneath without going on your ass. You'd slip and you'd be in the brambles and all sorts. You'd come out looking like you lived in a bin for about 12 weeks. That's how bad it was.
Yeah, living a skip.
So we stood underneath, and remember, it was winter because, like I said, it had been snowing, so it was like between November and January. And I looked up, and I could see the outline is like a grey coloured figure, but it had like a light, not a light coming from it, but it had its own energy. So you could see the head, and then the shoulders, and it tapered down to where the feet would be.
Yeah.
Now, went back the next day, and this is the only reason that I know, where the feet would have been, or to where the floor was on that other side, it would have been stood about 4 foot from the ground.
All right.
So it looked like when someone wears a cloth and pretends to be a ghost, is what it looked like.
Like floating type thing.
And I ran from underneath. I pushed past my cousin and his mate. I ran up the side of the embankment, over the top, over the bridge before them two had got from underneath there.
Oh dear.
And we went back the next day because I thought it might be a bit graffiti or something painted on the wall. Gone back the next day, red brick, nothing there, and never seen it again since.
Mad, innit? Crazy.
And that was my first visual experience. Like I said, I've only ever had 2 more, other than seeing shadows in my peripheral vision. But that could be anything, so I don't really put anything to that.
Yeah, I've only had 2.
Crossovers.
To be honest. Yeah, I've only had 2. One was me dog that we had put down, and me dad in the bedroom window when
I have a story.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Is it a Jackanory story?
No, it's a dog.
It's a dog story.
So when I was younger, basically the story is my mum and dad split up. My mum bought me a dog to replace my dad. True story.
Yeah.
Right?
What? Did I just do that right?
No, it was it was an ongoing joke with my mum. My mum and dad split up. Dad moved out. Without going into all the detail. So my mum got me a dog to replace my dad. It's more useful anyway. But so I was about 11, So it was a black Labrador cross, apparently with a Jack
Don't
Russell.
say collie. Oh God, thank God you said that.
No,
mine was
Jack
a Labrador
Russell.
cross with.
So it looked like
collie.
a miniature Labrador with a white chest and white chin. So anyway,
No.
I remember when he died, because my mum was going on holiday to Scotland with a mate. So me and my brother had to go round.
Yeah.
He said, like, can you bury him in the back garden? So a massive back garden, like if you listen to the interviews I've done, massive back garden about 150 foot long, and then it's just fields and fields behind it for about, and then a golf course and old sewerage farm and all that. It goes on forever. Excuse me. And so we buried him at the bottom of the garden near where the greenhouse used to be. Now I'd gone out. This is years later. So that happened when I was he died when I was about 23, because he was about 12 years old, 12, 13. Yeah, so I was about 23, 24. And a few years later, I'd gone out drinking in Manchester with my brother and a few mates. And it was easier for me to go back to my mum's and stay there than try and get home. That was when I lived over in Bolton.
Yeah.
So it was nearer for me to go there. So I'd stay at my mum's, and then she'd do me breakfast and that, then I'd go home the next day. So anyway, so I got like a spare bedroom, so I got in the bed and lay down. Obviously I'd had a few and the room was spinning a bit, and then I heard, when you hear a dog panting?
Yeah.
So I heard him panting, and he was walking up and down the side of the bed, and then he jumped on the bed, and what he used to do was walk around in a circle at the bottom. We always had a crochet blanket at the bottom of the bed. So he'd walk round and round about 3-4 times, then he'd
settle down.
Not gently, he'd drop like a sack of spuds. And I'm laying in bed, I've got the covers like that, like, oh my God, I can't believe this is happening. I couldn't look. I didn't want to look because I didn't want to see it. I was so scared of looking. And I sobered up like that straight away. I was like, I was shaking. It was that bad. I was shaking.
Yeah, but it's your dog.
And then I spoke to my mum. I know, but I spoke to my mum about it the next day.
Yeah.
Like, was I drunk? She went, no, I hear it all the time. I'm like, I've got goosebumps now thinking about it.
Yeah, but
I think that's not just because he was my dog, but because he was buried at the bottom of the garden as well.
Oh, you're thinking of Pet Cemetery then, are you?
He was still there.
Have you got that mind in you? Pet Cemetery.
What?
You know the film Pet Cemetery?
That not long ago. Yeah, the original.
Where the animals come back and,
But that was
very nice.
That was, yeah.
You
that
say
was my
that
first proper one. That's my only one of a pet or an animal. And I don't think I ever stayed at my mum's again. Not on the night out, anyway. But
even
no,
today.
I did stay again since. I did stay again since, in the same room, same bed, everything, and it never happened again. I think it was just him telling me that he was still about more than anything. But it really did scare me because I didn't know what was going on.
Or didn't want to know.
Yeah, I mean, when I lost my first ever sort of family dog. He was Doberman.
Yeah.
But don't know what it was, but when he'd passed, he was quite young for a Doberman of his sort of pedigree as he was, because he come from champion of Holland father, and his mother was a champion of England Doberman, so he was sort of had that pedigree about him. So he died after 7 years because he had an enlarged heart. But basically, when he died, I was hurt loads by it. But when I'd done research at the time, apparently it's like us with, if you believe in the spiritual world, apparently all animals have that. Like how we have a soul. Apparently they have a soul.
Everything does.
So about a year later, I was moved out with my own family. I moved out of home. I had a kid, And all of a sudden, I was just sat there watching TV one night, and I heard the dog bark as if he was next to me.
No way.
It was that, honest to God, it was like when you know that distinctive bark of your own dog.
Well, yeah, you do, don't you?
Yeah, I heard that, and I was like, no, that can't be what I was like, yeah, it is.
Crazy, isn't it?
So it was like that again. It was like, can we see something that we can't see certain things in this world?
It's mad because I've had 2 pets that I was really close to. Obviously, when I was a kid, growing up as a kid, it was the dog. When we had to have him put down, I saw him when I was drying my hair on the landing. But when my cat died, which was many years later, I was quite surprised that I haven't seen her spirit, if you know what I mean. It's weird because I had her longer than we had the dog.
Yeah.
Is that in the same house?
No, this is a different
You
house.
still live on the street though, don't you?
Yeah, same street, same side of the street, just different house. But I mean,
you show me where you used to live, and then
where I've got my telescope behind the living room door, and that's where Sonia used to sleep. Yeah, she used to sleep there on a little bed. And that's where she died.
Right. Maybe if you move your telescope, you might get something.
Well, I don't always have it there because I swap. Sometimes I put it the other side of the room.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, it's not always there because I like to swap the room around a bit now and again. Change it up a little, so to speak.
Yeah. I'd try moving it and seeing what happens.
Yeah, I've already done that. Nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seems to be a stale house, this one, to be honest. Bit stale. Nothing ever happens in here.
I didn't feel anything.
Have you got any more pets? Have you got any pets since, Al?
Just the scorpions. I won't have another pet like that anymore now. Scorpions, you can't really get that attached to because you can't cuddle them. Well, you could have a go, but I don't recommend it.
Yeah.
So I'm
recently lost. I literally just lost one of my cats about a month ago. She was 28. I've only sort of just got her back now in her little oak box. She's on the mantelpiece.
I couldn't do that. I could never replace mine. Never.
No, well, I was that gutted of it. Well, you know, when she'd gone, it was literally all of a sudden, because of her age, I literally woke up one day on my shifts, and it was just like, I normally feed her food, and she fell into it, and it was just like, you know what, like, I just knew then something was not right.
You do, don't you?
Yeah, so it was just like,
you've seen them every day. You know what their habits are and what moves they make. Yeah,
because of her age, she was 28. She was a pure white Persian.
28's old though, isn't it?
Yeah. It's 2 years younger than me, Andy. I'm 30.
Oh yeah. But I mean, for a cat,
mine was quite old.
14, 15.
Do you know what I mean? And she relied on us, and like she was a rescue. But the story that she had before us, it was horrendous. So for her to carry on for that long, it's just like it all comes back to the spiritualness, and
that's it.
Yeah, I mean, my cat was about 22, 23 years old.
I mean, that's mega. Yeah,
because I'd had her 18 years, and she was already an adult before she sort of like adopted me, so to speak. Because she used to sleep. What have you done, Ant? She used to sleep in my conservatory, and this was during winter time. And she was already, apparently, you can tell by the roof of the mouth. The darker the roof of the mouth is, you can sort of like tell their age or something like that with cats. And
Yeah.
she looked about 3 or 4 years old, roughly, because she was already adult size. You know, she didn't look like a new adult, if you know what I mean. Looks like she'd been an adult at least a year or two.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I was just guessing at her age. So but she was definitely in her 20s, I reckon. Mine.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Right. Cool. So we're gonna have to end this now. Because you know how long we've been on here?
Yeah, I know, an hour and 20.
I don't want to, but an hour and 20 minutes.
Okay.
Well,
So yeah.
next time
It's
we'll
been
have
good. I think
party hats, streamers, cake,
Mankina.
jelly and blancmange. No, forget the blancmange.
Mankina.
Jelly and ice cream.
No. What's
I think
the Arctic roll?
Arctic. Oh, cake.
Yeah.
I want cake now. And I've got
Chocolate
none.
brownie.
Oh, don't start.
I've got some cake.
Deb does this to me as well, saying that she's got cake and
Oh.
stuff, and I've got none.
Cake. Becky's son's girlfriend, her eldest son, she does cake. She's got her own Facebook page.
Will
and
you
that.
stop talking about
Yeah.
cake, please?
You mentioned cake.
Don't
Yeah.
talk. No, did I? Yes, I did, didn't I? Yeah. Okay. You
Well,
didn't have to
you
carry on.
mentioned the cake. I'd have mentioned pizza.
Oh,
No, not chicken nuggets, just pizza.
what, chicken nuggets? What do you mean?
Don't know what you're talking
I
about.
don't know what you're talking about either.
Right.
Yeah.
So
I think we should have another go at this
Sorry.
next week.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm game.
Next week.
I'm gonna have to. If we do, it's gonna have to be Thursday.
Yeah,
Wednesday's
because we have had nobody on here apart from us three.
Wednesday's the long days for me.
Cake face.
So
Cake faces.
by the time you get in, I know. By the time you get in, it's like nearly 7 o'clock anyway. I'm still in my work gear. I've not even had my dinner yet. Nothing. Sorry,
You
tea
bum.
for the Northerners.
Bum.
Farm cake.
You've had plenty of time
So-
to prep for it.
Yeah, you know.
Excuses.
2
So we-
minutes.
So
2
it took
minutes.
an hour to try and get the hearing sorted out and everything. You know?
Then Ryan
No,
messes it up.
it's only
No.
the first one.
It's been good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, considering we don't know what we're doing, I think we've done all right.
Oh, you're damn straight there. We haven't got a clue
15.
what
We've
we're
got
doing.
15.
3 men, lads.
Oh, Deb, that's just torture now. You see what Deb's just put? A slice of cake. That's just torture. And with
I'm
the
gonna-
cherry on top. Oh, that's just
I'm
wrong.
going to go and just eat and order cake.
I reckon we ought to go find out where Deb lives and nick all her cake.
Yeah.
It'll be gone by the time we get there.
Yeah, no, we are. Look.
Right. So, we're going to bring this to an end. Yeah. We are exclusive news. Ready? We are going to be recording our very first official podcast at 9 o'clock on Saturday morning. So once Ryan's done his magic with his magic hands and equipment, then we hopefully, and it's going to be uploaded onto the podcast.
Onto the YouTube page
What
and the
do you call
Facebook
it?
page.
The podcast uploader? Is that the right word? Don't know. Anyway, I'm
just
using
make it up.
Anchor to upload the podcast. Ryan's going to be putting the intro and editing any of the dead sound or wrong bits or whatever. Then he's going to send it me back, and then I'm going to upload it onto there.
Yeah.
I'll smash your face in it. Sorry, I'm just reading the comments. So, right. Note to self, don't read comments while you're trying to be serious. It doesn't work. You can't
No,
do
we
both.
don't. It doesn't work. Or,
No, so
or try and do
I
it
reckon
slightly.
There's some good people. There's some good people in the lot.
hopefully it's good. Yeah. No, it's funny.
It means a lot
It's
for
going to
that
be
sort of
uploaded
caliber of
on
people in there.
Tuesday at the latest. What I say, massive thank you to everyone for coming in and listening to us and commenting.
Yeah.
It's been good. I've enjoyed it. It's been a good laugh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's been a laugh.
Thank you, everyone. And platform.
I think the highlight platform.
Yes,
is in shoes.
So we're going to upload the podcast platform. It's going to go on there first. Then I'm going to put it onto YouTube. Then I'm going to share the link from YouTube to Facebook, because I know there's a couple of people in the chat tonight that don't use Facebook. And also there'll be some content on Instagram, which I'm trying to keep it in the background a bit. That's not going to be as active as Facebook and YouTube. Yeah. But I'm hoping now that Facebook is going to start running itself, and the main key is going to be YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube and podcast, and then links on Facebook.
Yeah.
So not bad, considering it's only been going for 7.5 weeks.
Yeah.
It was in my head for longer.
It's done mega.
And considering all me and Andy seem to do is laugh.
Yeah.
Look, he's killing himself now.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks for the comment. And it's been easier having a couple of vodka as well, doing it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Thanks a lot, everyone. Cheers to Alan and Ryan. But next time we're gonna put the link on again for next time. So if anyone wants to come in on the chat, just give me a shout and I'll send you the link.
Yeah, so just say I want to speak.
Yes.
And with that, it's a good night from me.
And it's a good night from him.
Good night.
Take care.
Yeah. Before we go, if anyone has got any stories or they want to contact us, and the best way to do it is email. So it's codesoftheparanormal, all lowercase, all one word. So codesoftheparanormal@gmail.com. Simple as that. They'll go straight through to me on my mobile, and that's it. And then we can go from there. So hopefully we'll see you all next week. Okay.
Yes.
Until next time, guys. Take care.
Thank you. Thank you very much.